Dum, dum, dum. Another one to boom to the moon. And another one to boom. And another one to boom. Another one to boom to the moon. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? I hang by the edge of your seat. Welcome, people, to another episode of Savage Cash / Savage Crypto. Here with me, Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency, in the longest running show on YouTube. The longest running crypto show, Savage Cash. Now, what we're going to be discussing in today's video is, where is Bitcoin headed? There are a camp of people that say Bitcoin is going to go down in flames. There's going to be another big correction so that people can get in, buy it up whilst it's low, accumulate more, the whales can get in before a big spike. And there's others that say it's headed towards 6k. Which way is it going to go? That's what we're going to be discussing. But I am going to be adding a bonus for you. I am going to be talking about my potentially top nano cap cryptocurrency at the moment, or should I say for the month, of which there's only 1 day left. So make sure you stay tuned, watch this all the way through, and smash the likes, smash them up, or smash up ye old likes as now that martini guy also adopted. And don't forget to subscribe, watch the video all the way through. So, where are we today? So, Bitcoin, $5,342. This is a significant difference from what we saw in the live stream the other day, where we saw Bitcoin go under $5,000. Something that, having gone over the Golden Cross, that we didn't think was going to just happen, but it did happen, and it looks like it happened in a quite, should I say, scheduled, maybe planned way. Maybe it was, designed to happen looking at who was permeating the news about Tether and Bitfinex. So Ethereum also up, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, pretty much green, green, green. If we have a look, let's have a look and see what's doing more green than others. Waves, 14%, Tezos, 9%, Walton Chain, 8%, Elastos 8, Crypto.com 8. I am going to bring you a video at some point on Crypto.com because there's probably a lot of people don't know what the hell it is. Let's have a look and see what's not doing so well. Odem, Aurora, IOTA, Made Safe, Maximind, but they're relatively minor losses, well, except for Odem and Aurora. So let's have a look and see what's happening on the charts. So, first of all, the Golden Cross is now even more prevalent than it was before. It's even more pronounced. It's even more established. Okay? So, we see the Bitcoin price in this rising, going in this ascending triangle, which is excellent, really. There's a lot of volume occurring at this juncture. We can see currently it's at the upper end of today's price range. It has been as low as $5,126 and as high as $5,281. But it has maintained its position with this ascending triangle, which is a bullish sign. And as you can see, the 100-day is now inching towards that 200-day moving average. That's going to cross soon, and we are going to be back into real bullish territory should that happen. And it is going to be a process of time. Like we saw with the death cross, it's just a process of time. Once, the 200-day is over the 50-day and 100-day, then we saw a rapid decline in prices. We saw a long period by which we were in a bear market. Now we're going to hopefully see the inverse of that. And we have got so much bullish news happening. We have got Samsung, we've got E-Trade, we've got TD Ameritrade, we've got 17 plus million whales that are going to have their eyes open and be able to trade Bitcoin. We've also got Samsung, we've got Facebook, we've got JP Morgan, we've got Fidelity. We have never been in a stronger position to capitalise on being in said Golden Cross area. Let's have a look at what's happening in the news. Bakkt acquires crypto custodian, partners with BNY Mellon on key storage. Now, I told you the other day about the fact that Bakkt has been essentially kept from CFTC approval because of its custodial services. So it looks as if they are getting professionals to help with the cold storage element and a partnership with BNY Mellon. So this is good progress. They are working hard towards bringing that Bitcoin settle futures market to the wealthy institutional investors. There is progress going on. Samsung invests $2.9 million into Ledger. Ledger, the hardware wallet, Samsung has invested. So not only are they developing an Ethereum-based blockchain, but they are also investing in cryptocurrency ventures. Big. Why is this big? Well, simply because big institutions, mass market institutions, Samsung, big hardware, all sorts of different hardware devices that they've created in the mass market world. They're already bringing blockchain with Samsung S10, and they are becoming like IBM. They are spreading their wings. They are putting their fingers in pies. So this is really good news. Now, this is interesting because Ethereum-based blockchain, Samsung has gone to Ethereum to develop their blockchain to issue their own token potentially. Now, why is this big? Ethereum is the #2 cryptocurrency in the world. Let me just make sure that I'm live and everything. Yes, I am live. There's people watching. Much less people than I'd want. But smash up the likes. Smash them up. And make sure more people see this, because this is very important. So, they're developing a Ethereum-based blockchain, right? This means Ethereum is likely to be seen as the blockchain of choice. Essentially the settlement layer, the dApps layer. These are all elements that big businesses are potentially going to come to. And that is what brings me to a cryptocurrency that has absolutely smashed it today compared to everything else. I mean, if I have a look at the change in the last 24 hours, 14% in the top 100 is the biggest gainer. Currently today, MATIC network is 22% up, and in fact, it has been as high as about 25% up from yesterday. Now, I have been saying ad nauseum about MATIC. Bitmax, LTO, MATIC are kind of like my 3 new tokens, which I'm really, really bullish on. I'm going to bring you another video on LTO network shortly regarding this game of nodes thing. So you can take part in it. You can be part of LTO. Okay, so I'm going to bring you that, and that is going to be interesting. But MATIC has gone from 0.0034 cents at the lowest to today 0.005 cents. It's really smashed it today. Why? What's going on? Now I'm going to bring you an actual review on it. So what has happened really is that Coinbase Ventures, this is, Coinbase, probably arguably one of the biggest cryptocurrency outfits there, one of the biggest businesses that have been born and bred out of cryptocurrency, has backed MATIC Network because they are, I'm going to tell you more about the plasma-based element of their project, but they invested in MATIC Network at seed stage. Now, what is the significance of this? Well, first of all, not only do Coinbase Ventures, they don't just invest in anything like the big eight crypto VCs, the Fenbushis, the Panteras, the FBGs, the NGCs, the GBICs. They don't invest in any old crap. They invest in cryptocurrencies that develop technology that is likely to be seen as successful and lead to mass adoption of cryptocurrencies down the line. What's going to lead to mass adoption of cryptocurrencies? Scalability, speed, ease of use. And that is what MATIC is bringing. So if anybody's wondering what the hell is MATIC Network, that is what they are bringing. Scalability, speed, ease of use, mass adoption potential. And that is what Coinbase has seen in them. It's also what Binance saw in them, which is why they listed them as an IEO. And they recently launched from IEO. The IEO was a few days ago now, but they are going from strength to strength. MATIC are really they're at the very lowest of their potential, in my personal opinion. Now, why else is this Coinbase partnership quite significant? Well, because they are actually, not only have they invested in MATIC, but they are also using MATIC technology in their Coinbase wallet. Okay, so Coinbase wallet users can leverage MATIC Network to transfer and trade assets instantly. dApps deployed on MATIC will be easily accessible from the Coinbase wallet. So you can see that they are already adding value to Coinbase. It's not just an investment, it's also part of making Coinbase's wallet much better, operate better, faster, and have much more, be much more operational and have more features with dApps, for instance. And they're also going to be enabling real-world commerce with the USDC on its side chains. So all of this is probably gobbledygook. So I'm going to explain this in very, very layman's terms. There's also this, and this is purely a rumour. Purely a rumour, and I don't have a clue if it's true. Strong insider rumours that Coinbase is listing MATIC Network on the 1st of May 2019. But I don't know this. This image is leaked from Coinbase marketing. I don't know. Okay, I don't know, and I don't want to be seen as pumping something on not true information. So let's go through MATIC Network, just so you know what it is, so you have it in the back of your mind, so that you're not thinking, I like the sound of this MATIC Network, it's going up, but why? What is it? So I'm going to go through Savage Crypto style, the positives, the negatives, and my personal view on it, giving it a score out of 5 stars. So what is MATIC and what are the positives of it? So first of all, they are a plasma-based layer 2 solution, like a Lightning Network, an off-chain scaling solution, off-chain payments. So people can make payments to each other. Payments can be made with Ethereum on an off-chain scaling solution, but it's plasma-based. It's not state channel-based, like Raiden, for instance, like Neo's Trinity one. This is plasma-based. I'm going to tell you more about that. But plasma is something that is being developed as a technology. Vitalik Buterin's been looking into it. OMG's been looking into it. Big cryptocurrency's been looking into it because it offers the scalability whilst also providing liquidity and security. But anyway, what does MATIC provide? Well, at the moment, it's Ethereum-based. So it's Ethereum layer 2 solutions at the moment. So it's going to be enabling high speed, high throughput, security via this plasma protocol. And it's at 100th of the cost that you would normally be transacting with Ethereum. Okay, so you can see already the benefits here. Speed, cost, security, all of which are very, very important. Sometimes there's a balance between security and speed. Sometimes the most speedy networks are actually the least secure. And that is what MATIC are offering as a layer 2 solution. So they are optimizing Ethereum's transactions per second from 15, which is what they currently are now. They are scaling up. They're looking to scale up. But simply put, they are still slow. And they would be essentially adding 500x to 4,000x on their speed. So we're looking at 7,500 transactions to 60,000 transactions per second using MATIC Networks technology. Okay, so you can already see the speed benefits here. Now, the plasma sidechain. So plasma sidechains is a difference to state channels. So, for instance, on Lightning Network, when me and Box Mining do a payment to each other with the blue wallet, we have to open up a channel. I have to send him an invoice. He has to pay me. We've got to keep that channel open, and it's up to the user to manage that. And then he sends me the funds. The channel has to stay open, and then it gets settled on chain. Now, with the plasma sidechain, you don't have to have users creating channels. The channels have to stay open, and it's very much user intensive. It's very user unintensive with plasma sidechains. So essentially, it's sidechains which then are verified straight with the main chain. Okay, it's much more scalable. So it means that the liquidity is always there. There's always the money flow there. That means that the transactions can happen much quicker than they can with state, and there's much less need and effort required with a plasma sidechain. And it's also fraud proof, because what happens is that the transaction happens off chain and then it gets immediately sold on chain, where on the chain, on the main chain, the main Ethereum blockchain, you've got the miners that are essentially saying whether this is right or not. With something like proof of authority, you can have bad actors getting involved in transactions and can be actually in some way taking some of that cryptocurrency for themselves. You can have that happening in a proof of authority consensus algorithm. But with a plasma sidechain, which operates with the proof of stake blockchain, this actually makes it fraud proof. So bad actors get chucked out of the scenario and the transaction happens as it's supposed to. And so that is really what this adds that no other layer 2 solution has had. Okay, so I'm going to talk about layer 2 solutions in a little bit because some have flopped. easy migration for dApps. So what I mean by that is, like, for instance, Power Ledger and tons, hundreds of projects, and including Samsung, which are coming to Ethereum, developed their blockchain on Ethereum. And as such, they are in this global pool of transactions happening. And what that means is that, you know, with the congestion that can happen when something like CryptoKitties is thrown in, it means that it stops transactions happening. You know, if you're paying for a service with one of these Ethereum-based blockchains, one of these Ethereum-based solutions or platforms, then it can all slow down because of this global pool and because of the lack of transactions per second. So what happens is with the MATIC network is that dApps can migrate to MATIC network, just like Coinbase Wallet have. They can just migrate straight away with zero hassle. That means that NFT, so non-fungible tokens, non-fungible marketplaces, gaming marketplaces can just easily integrate with MATIC network. And really at the moment it's ERC20 based projects, of which there are tons of them. If you look on CoinMarketCap and you filter on tokens, pretty much all of them are Ethereum based except for some. Now Raiden and Seller and other layer 2, like for instance Trinity, there are quite a few layer 2 solutions at the moment. Most of which are state channels. In fact, pretty much all of them are state channels. And all of them, like I said, are quite labor intensive for the user. Now, as far as mass adoption is concerned, the last thing you want to do if you are paying, for instance, if you are trying to do an off-chain transaction, a micro transaction with a retailer, the last thing you want is for them to open a channel, you open a channel, and then you make a payment, you have to show an invoice, yada, 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 they have to take it, and then you make... No. You don't want that because that is not scalable. No merchant, no retailer, no pub or bar or any shop is going to take a layer 2 solution, no matter how scalable it is, if you've got to open up a state channel and you've got to add all this unnecessary time to a transaction. And that's why Raiden, Seller and others have flopped, because it's just not equipped for mass adoption. And that's where the Plasma sidechains come in, and that's why it's a complete difference from Raiden and Seller, and why, despite how they have done, MATIC has potential to do better. What else? So they've been seed funded by Coinbase Ventures and has been integrated with the Coinbase wallet, both of which has been announced today. They are interoperable with other blockchains. So MATIC at the moment is mainly Ethereum based. They are developing for the ontology, they're developing for Binance, Tron and EOS and many others down the line. Even Neo, if it manages to survive ontology's onslaught of them. So that also makes it much more attractive. So for instance, Trinity, only for Neo. You know, Raiden, only for Ethereum. So MATIC is actually a layer 2 solution that can be applied across most blockchains and infrastructures. Now the use cases. How is MATIC going to be used? How would you see the manifestation of, you know, how MATIC's any good? Payments. Okay, so that's really the main thing. Payments, micropayments, payments to merchants, payments to one another, peer-to-peer payments. So they have got SDKs for people to develop these apps or dApps or channels to be, or when I say channels, I mean basically a payment system so you can pay somebody else. And they've got APIs so you can just hook straight into the MATIC network and just have that scalability happening. So this can happen with DEX, with wallets, like you see with the Coinbase wallet, can happen with the Ethos wallet, can happen with tons of wallets that have a lot of ERC20 tokens. Gaming, so with Engine, with non-fungible tokens, with marketplaces, paying for goods and services, with cryptocurrency. This is a potential game changer addition, layer 2 solution that could be added on top of most infrastructures. It's currently, as it stands right now, 13.5 million market cap. That's a nano, that's nano, 50 million or less. It's really, really cheap. It's at position 244 on CoinMarketCap. But it's currently not got its proper circulating supply. But essentially it's 2.8 billion tokens at 0.004 cents. So basically 32x just to match Raiden. Raiden achieved $440 million in value. So it has 32x potential just to match Raiden. Okay, and Raiden wouldn't say it has the same quality, even though Raiden was one of the first to market and came out just for a bull run. So 13.5 market cap is very, very low, considering that a lot of cryptocurrencies that have released recently, like Bitmax, for instance, already top 100. This has a lot of potential to grow. It's got a long roadmap as well. March 2020 roadmap. So testnet is currently live. The mainnet beta is coming out shortly, I believe. And then, actually, no, I think it's July. Mainnet beta actually should say July. And then mainnet, the actual mainnet is going to be released in September. So bursts of value all the way through to March 2020. Now, what are the negatives? Because it all sounds all too good to be true. So I'm even knowing what you're thinking right now. Why are you resistant to potentially invest in MATIC Network? Well, it's got maybe a lack of retail market appeal. It's very tech focused. Plasma sidechains. You look at that and you think, well, what the hell's the difference between a plasma sidechain? What is plasma? What's a state channel? What are layer 2 solutions? It's not an infrastructure you can easily just think, right, okay, this is trying to be the next Ethereum. It's like Neo, it's like Ontology, it's like Credit. You know, people just easily grasp onto some of the easy facts, but maybe people don't necessarily see the tech stuff. But the tech stuff's really important for the ecosystem to thrive ultimately, as far as mass adoption is concerned. This is probably why people haven't just rushed and take my damn money. It's probably because of a lack of retail market appeal, because of the tech focus. So I hope this has broken it down into layman's terms. Layer 2 solutions have not really boomed. Trinity has flopped. Seller has kind of flopped. Raiden has really flopped. Previously a top 100 coin, now it's 240. Layer 2 solutions do not sound as sexy as, for instance, an infrastructure network, or maybe a DApp, micropayments DApp or something, or an exchange or a DEX. However, Layer 2 solutions are what underpins the tech of all of those different technologies. The DApps, the DEXs, the wallets. All of these are powered and can work faster, and you'll be able to pay people, pay businesses, pay for goods and services because of Layer 2 solutions. Having said that, what's currently been open to merchants, to other users being paid crypto, person to person, is that the Layer 2 solutions are a little bit annoying. For the mass market, nobody wants me to say, to my brother, let's say, oh, can you open up a state channel? He's like, what the hell is that? So it just doesn't work. So this is why you need something that's got much more mass adoption appeal. It's recently out of IEO. IEOs are the kind of latest boom. Having said that, a lot of them kind of go up, they get flipped, and then they burn. Okay, they go up very, very quickly on exchange. People buy it up. They get a quick flip, they 5x it, 15x it, and then bang, it goes down almost to below what it was at IEO. And so that is another reason why people are a little bit hesitant to get into recently listed IEO coins. Team is not very well known in the industry. You don't necessarily see IBM, Facebook, Google listed in their histories. And I agree with that. What I would say, however, is that if you do look at them, they've got a very high engineer and development focus. And that is very, very important for a Layer 2 solution, and particularly a tech solution like this. You need to have people that are previously engineers, people who have worked doing similar scalable solutions. If you look, that is what you will see in the team, but they are not necessarily well known. They're not the kind of people that you would say, geez, this is a superstar team. But they have got breadth, and they have got longevity in this field. And at number 5, they're only listed on Binance at the moment. So they have almost peaked too early. Is probably something people may think. They may think, well, it's listed on the top exchange. Normally people work to that. They go on IDEX first, or hit BTC, maybe get on KuCoin, maybe get on, I don't know, Buybox, and then eventually get on Binance, and that is the big hitter. Whereas this has gone straight into Binance, okay, and it's only really on Binance. Having said that, that is what gives it the visibility. It is on the number 1 exchange. Centralized exchange, but nonetheless exchange. So they also could be in future partners with Binance Chain. I mean, that's down the line. But what I'm saying is that by being listed on only 1, the facts are still the facts. They are only listed on 1. So there is more potential listings on Bittrex, listings on there's so many exchanges. There's like 700 plus exchanges. They don't want on the crap ones, but they have a lot of listing potential down the line, but they are on the number 1. They are where the retail market are. So those are the negatives, and they are very good negatives or what's the word? Resistances to have. But at the same time, they all have kind of their positive side too. So what do I rate MATIC Network? So I rate MATIC Network 4 stars. 4 stars out of 5. Now, in my opinion, that is excellent. Now, what does 4 stars mean? That means great project, great tech, team could be better, and they have got a bit of competition. Having said that, the competition is not as developed. I said this, must have been beginning of March, that MATIC Network are further along the lines of the likes of Seller, and they have much more potential, and they're just as far as market cap and value is concerned, so far behind where they could be. So, am I investing? Yes. Now, disclaimer, I have not been paid. I've not been paid to talk about MATIC. So you're probably thinking, how much did MATIC pay you? They didn't pay me a single cent, okay? But I have invested in MATIC Network. I invested in them a long time ago, and these are the reasons why. But I didn't, even at that point, I had no idea about the Binance IEO or Coinbase Ventures, none of that. I just looked into it and thought it sounded great. And what I like about what has happened since then with Coinbase, with the Binance IEO, is that obviously the biggest names in cryptocurrency also see the value. Now, strategy. Wait for a retrace. It has just shot up to 4 cents. There is potential, particularly if that rumor is not true. And I couldn't say, right? And I'm not going to ask MATIC, is it true? Because they're not going to say if it's true or not. Or they shouldn't even be saying anyway. But whether it's true or not, I would wait for a retracement if you haven't already got in. If you didn't get in yesterday when it was at 0.003, probably wait for a little bit of a retracement. It may happen. But personally speaking, I think this has better long-term potential than a lot of the other cryptocurrencies that I have invested in of late. So, what do you think of this? I would be keen to see what you guys are thinking. Whilst I am doing a live video, let's have a show of hands. Do you guys like or dislike this? Let me have a look. See what you guys are saying. Yes or no is basically what I'm asking for. Lisa Marie, Karan, Patrick, Morpheus, Dutch, Crypto Overview's here, Crypto Chrissy's here, 880's here. Everybody, all the usual suspects are here. Crunching Crypto is here. Vikas Gomawat is here. So let's see what you guys are saying. Yes or no? Yes or no? Trinity is already for Ethereum. I still hold my Trinity in all fairness, but I would really love to sell it. Yes, yes, all in MATIC, MX says. Yes, yes, love it. Yes. Wick turned 33 today. Happy birthday, Wick. Wick, who is the brother of Karan, if you wondered. Manny says no. Yeah, no. I would... It's about 80% yes at the moment. Oh, Will Bradbury's here. AJ's here too. Elias is here. Summit's here. Everybody's saying yes now. Good to see you, peeps. Tony, Eduardo. How are we doing on the old likeage? Only 89. What the hell? What the hell are you people doing? 90 now. Smash them up. 300 people watching. Smash those likes up. All you have to do is just press that damn button. Like smashed. So, a quite resounding yes on MATIC Network. Now retraced suddenly 17%. So there could be potential to get in. It has had its high. And the other thing I like about MATIC is that they've got 2.8 billion tokens currently in circulation. So what's that? 28% of the total supply. They're going to be releasing another 0.25% of that between now, or actually I think it's after the mainnet, which is in September. And then there's going to be a release schedule every 6 months. So what that means is that from the price it is now, it's not going to be quickly diluted with more cryptos going into circulation. I like that. It fixes it for now, for the next few months. It fixes the circulating supply so that the price has time to breathe and move up. So I kind of like that. I think that MATIC Network, what I like about MATIC Network is not only the technology, but also the fact that they seem to be playing the game well. they seem to be playing the crypto game. They're not like looking to dilute investors, funds or invest the value of their token. They are releasing it. So not only are they delivering the good tech, not only are they coming up with some great news, but they're also allowing for that news to permeate and for the value to be realized and let the token appreciate. So I like that. And this is good. I mean, this contrasts really. I mean, a lot of people are getting in with the biggest moon coin at the moment, which is like Digitex futures. And I mean, it just seems really weird to me. I mean, the thing is with Digitex, and the thing I understand about its appeal is that it basically is something that's easy to grasp. It's a futures exchange, just like BitMEX. A lot of people love BitMEX. BitMEX is a good exchange if you are interested in futures and shorting and all that kind of thing, and leverage trading. And so Digitex is easy to understand, but it really is shit. When you compare it to something like the likes of MATIC Network, like they couldn't be more poles apart. And yet Digitex was previously a top 100 coin, quite high up the top 100. So it's just weird, the world that we live in. But the volume in Digitex, I mean, basically what's happened with Digitex is not only have we had them postponing the launch of the platform, which it looked like they never really had any true expertise to create in the first place, but the company, what were their names? Spotware or something? Don't really know of them or much about them because I'm not really in that field. But they responded to the Adam Todd video. Adam Todd being the CEO of Digitex, they responded to that video with a Medium article where they were saying that essentially, Adam Todd was out of his depth, didn't know what he was talking about. We told him the timescales and he ignored them and he didn't really know what he was looking for and yada yada yada. And that what I heard from Spotware looked a lot like it made a lot more sense than certainly what Adam Todd said. So it's just a shit coin. It just boggles me. But this is what happens in the retail market. That is just the way that it is. So anyway, yes. So that is really it today. So long story short, the market, I believe, is showing very healthy signs. Okay, it's gone down a little bit to 5240, but it's very healthy being within this ascending triangle for starters. It's very, very healthy that the 50-day is well beyond the 200-day now, which shows the potential to make this not only a short-term rise in the fortunes of Bitcoin, but a long-term rise, which should hopefully lead to a long-term bull market. A long-term bull market, which we have been really strongly wanting for so long. And not only that, but there are some really good nano caps out there. Now, let's have a look and see if you've got any questiones before I go. I'm aware I've been on for just over half an hour now. So, what questiones have you guys got for me today? Viral. When LTO? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Any questions? Digitex is wrecked. Thank you, Karan. Thank you, Lisa. Already sold for 23% win. Good lad. Well, I mean, you gotta, I'm not going. Again, this is something that I want to make very, very clear. Is whatever I do and whether I've invested in something, don't do it just because I've done it. And if I'm in something long term or if I'm in something short term, don't be in it long term or short term just because I am. Okay, you take whatever profits you have to. Level up, like I said. Rank up. Take each tournament. Get your winnings. Move on to the next tournament. Play the game. It's about money. Let's not forget that. 880. If Lola comes back to Trinity or Moon again, I would say there's more chance of me becoming a 60-year-old trans female than there is of Lola coming back to Trinity. Is that really an ascending triangle? Yeah, it is. Well, it's looking to form an ascending triangle. It's more an ascending triangle than it is an ascending wedge, put it that way. And an ascending wedge is more bearish than it is bullish. Is Neo going to $60? Neo, I think, is kind of just about hanging in there. It really is just about hanging in there. It's still not decentralized, not a decentralized cryptocurrency. And although that doesn't really matter as far as the retail market is concerned, they don't really give a stuff about whether it's decentralized or not. They just want to know, has it got good money-making potential? Neo is really on just about hanging by its nails. Whereas Ontology, I think, is the Neo that is really what Neo should have been. Okay, that's what I personally think. Because it's got an element of trust layer on it. Any more questions? How many coins have you invested in? That is a question I'm almost embarrassed to answer. I did have a look a couple of days ago, because what happens is you buy them, the price goes down, you don't want to sell at a low, you haven't lost unless you've sold. So I have therefore retained about 50 cryptocurrencies in my portfolio. 50! It was ridiculous. But I imagine that there will be an enormous payday eventually, you know, when this long-term bull market does actually start to reap rewards for the people that have held. MetaHash, MetaHash, I haven't properly looked into the staking rewards of MetaHash and what it involves to hold a node. I am looking into that for LTO. I couldn't offer an objective opinion on MetaHash, but what I would say is that it's not that great. It's not something that I would rush to buy, okay, personally speaking. And if I'm not in a rush to buy it, that doesn't necessarily mean it's brilliant or it's a game changer or anything like that. Crypto Chrissy says, what's your thoughts on Fusion these days? I think that I haven't really paid a lot of attention on Fusion, if I'm honest with you, simply because there's just so many cryptocurrencies to kind of pay attention to. The volume is not brilliant. I've heard some. See, as far as I'm concerned, what I really liked about Fusion was this whole staking node. You know, this I think it's called Super Node. And I think that is going to be magical when, you know, you can actually stake Fusion. But they have said, I apparently have heard some negative things. I don't know if it's true, but either way, I think these guys just want to grow organically. So, you know, I still hold a bit of Fusion. Yes, I do Kentucky Crypto. Bad, eh? 2 more questions. Is EOS a future $40 coin? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think EOS is easily a $40 coin. Yeah. EOS is easily $40. It's easy 10x from here. I also think Cardano is an easy $5 coin, which is almost 100x from here. I think that, and don't quote me, but this is just on my personal opinion, is that I think that holding 100,000 Cardano is probably going to be enough to be a millionaire in a couple of years. I hold more, significantly more actually, but I would say that as an entry point, I think that'll be good. Phantom, I've spoken about Phantom. I talked about Phantom the other day. Is Icon going to be a powerhouse? Icon, I think, has the potential to be a powerhouse. Yes, I think that Icon have, you know, got a lot of what makes a business thrive. I mean, it's you can't give definitive answers because you never know what's going to happen in the future. But I think on the balance of probability, I see Icon being one of those ones that are still around in 5 years, maybe 10 years time. You know, they've concentrated on a very good geographical location. They've got all the potentials to moon in that location and therefore have a use case for other locations as this holistic blockchain provider of service. You know, having like one ID that can be used when you're at university, that can then be used when you're in employment, that can then be used when you are paying for medical services, insurance services, having all sorts of services in the future. I mean, I think that Icon is a powerhouse. Yeah, I mean, I think personally this was worth, at the time it was worth like $12. I think that was the value it deserved, and I think that it's got that and more ahead of it. So, yes, I do think it's a powerhouse. Any more? Any other Sphinx? One more question. I'll take one more. Thoughts on Mainframe? I've been a bit well, the thing is with Mainframe is that they are constantly releasing tokens. I mean, that's not a bad thing because my tokens were really locked up. You know, a lot. You know, I only got like, I don't know, 20% on launch date, and you know, there's just been bits and bits given to me over months. But that of course dilutes the value of the cryptocurrency. It's gone kind of I guess it's kind of gone a bit south as a result of that. But I mean, you've also got to take into consideration that we're in a bear market, and the thing is with mainframe is that, again, this is the big divide, I think, of cryptocurrency, which is retail and geek, right? So retail investors are always looking for what they understand, and what retailers, I'm not trying to be patronizing, I'm not trying to be cutting or offensive, but retail investors don't understand a lot. They don't understand the real semantics. What they understand is, you know, TPS, partnerships, token economics, market cap potential for multipliers, infrastructures. They know the very basics. Okay, if you say that Icon is like the Ethereum of this, they get it. If you say that Phantom is the Hashgraph Junior, they get it. But if you talk about privacy protocols, which is what mainframe is, if you look at, you know, how the internet has, I guess how the internet has failed its users. Okay, so for instance, Facebook. Okay, it's the biggest social network out there, but it doesn't have privacy for its users. It just doesn't. Okay, and what mainframe does is it provides a privacy protocol for the internet that wasn't there before. They've essentially stripped down what the internet is missing and added it. Therefore, technologically, mainframe is very good, and a lot of institutional investors are in mainframe. It's got arguably one of the biggest networks of crypto VCs. Its strategic partners are celebrities. They've got a big network, but and that's how they are able to keep a volume of nearly 3 million, and how they keep on. That's how the liquidity. Look, yeah, that's how the liquidity has always been in the 7 figures. Always been 7 figures liquidity in mainframe because of that institutional investors network. But as a retailer, retailers just don't get technology like that. So therefore, it takes a little bit of time, because really, when the retail investors FOMO in, that's when things really, you know, go up. How are we doing? With the G pronounced. I will take one more question. What are you most into if you were going to buy $1,000 more this week? If I was going to buy, I'm not going to lie, okay? MATIC Network, if this announcement was true, I'd put $1,000 into MATIC Network. And I'd take some out when it retraces and reinvest it back. But my favourite cryptocurrency is BitMax. The reason why my favourite cryptocurrency is BitMax is because of the rewards. You invest in it, but you don't just get a cryptocurrency that hopefully appreciates over time, but it's the locking rewards. You lock your cryptocurrencies up, you get Tether every day. I mean, okay, Tether's not a great cryptocurrency, but I mean, it's stable. And you get it every day. It's like being just given fiat dollars every day. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, BitMax is the best of both worlds. It's got moon potential, plus it allows you to get staking rewards. Better staking rewards than anything else out there. I mean, let me know in the comments, is there anywhere that gives you better staking rewards than BitMax? Because I can't find it. I don't know anywhere that gives you better staking rewards. I mean, even Ontology, which is where I've parked a lot of my cryptocurrency into Ontology, so I can stake it for ONG, and it's not giving me anywhere near as much as BitMax has. So BitMax, I'd put it into BitMax. That's maybe a boring answer, but that is what I would do. I think that is it. Metamorph's part of shit. Metamorph is a shitcoin. You know, it's like Digitex. Shitcoin. Anyway, Ash. There you go, Ash. There's your shout out. Anyway, peeps, I hope you've enjoyed it. There's a lot of good questions coming in. I can't answer any more, I'm afraid. Otherwise, this will be an epically long stream, and no one likes to see an epically long stream. Sometimes length is not a good thing. So anyway, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you ask me questions in the next stream. The next stream, hopefully, is going to be a pretty awesome one. Game of Nodes. Right. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you with the next time, peeps. Hope you enjoyed the review today. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? Let me know your little reviews on it, and I'll see you with the next time. It is lights out. All